Hi, welcome back to the Live More with Ray show, where living is more on purpose than living in fear. Tonight we are going to talk about a couple of things about college, and we really want you to be excited. Listen, before we get started, get your pencil and paper. We're going to talk to you about preparing for college. Now, a lot of times you see a lot of things on TV that you can't really apply immediately. But the things we want to talk to you about tonight are about preparing yourself for college prep. I decided that with the show series that we are going to begin on a monthly basis to contribute to you and helping you and your family get ready for college. Now listen, college isn't for everyone, but you can prepare just in case you want to go. But those of you that are in high school, there are so many great things out here for you. There's so many great avenues and journeys that you can go in the process. Don't get frustrated with the process. Parents, don't get frustrated with your kids in the process. Truly, college preparation is like a job, but if you put things together and you put yourself on a timeline, you will be able to get where you want to go. So tonight I have a guest with me, my friend Dale, Miss Dale Alexander, and him and I have been sitting down talking about really contributing to people's lives in reference to getting prepared for college. I call myself the college guru.
Okay.
And if that's okay with you.
That's quite all right.
I want us to have a real common conversation on preparing for college.
Okay.
Now,
Sure.
I know that it's September, and that senior, that junior, and even that sophomore are really starting to do certain things in their life preparing for college.
Right.
But mainly the senior and the parents are freaking out.
Right.
Because the timeline has just been pushed up real quick. And it's really important that you get some knowledge about the process. So, let's just talk about the process.
Okay.
The college process.
Well,
Give me some words on that.
the college process is obviously it's important, especially if you're planning on going to college.
Okay.
And it's a process that really these days people have begun to realize that it begins really on the first day of school.
Right.
And it's a process for the young person, for the student that carries from their first day of school until they complete their college education.
Right. So let's just back up a little bit. We're going to be going back and forth, and there's information at the end of the show where you can contact us, you can call us, we'll come in, we'll do seminars, workshops, whatever the case may be. But the process that we're talking about, any aspect of the process, I truly believe that the thoughts of college readiness begin at kindergarten.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And that's to believe that we can speak to our kids and tell them that there's a journey that they're going to go on, and that it's a great journey and a process that they can start. But it kind of like starts narrowing down middle school and high school.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
So I really want to focus on the high school component of it, because middle school, you should be doing a lot of things, and we'll talk to that middle school student. But the high school student, please understand, I know you may have heard differently, but freshmen, your first day counts. You don't have a year to get it together, because that is going to put you in great opposition of the other person that's going to school and they're counting their first day. Every day you're in school counts.
That's
right?
right. That's
So
right.
we are talking about the process of the power of selecting a college.
Okay.
What about the power of selecting college?
Well, the power of selecting a college, obviously there's great power in that, because first and foremost, I think what a student wants to consider is, or start the process by looking at selecting colleges, a group of colleges, because particularly if they're freshmen, you know, if they're freshmen, they're somewhat in the middle of the process as a ninth grader, but they want to start looking at selecting a school that will be a good fit for them.
Right. Now, what do you mean by a good fit? Let's talk back and forth. Let's do the role of what do you think a good fit means?
Well, I think a good fit means a school where the student will, in a single phrase, enjoy their time there.
Okay, so now when you say the word enjoy,
Right.
I just saw the parent hat go up. Wait a minute. Parents, your kids are supposed to enjoy the ride.
That's right.
They
That's
just
right.
can't go to school 24/7 because you didn't go to school 24/7. You and I both know when you got on that college campus, it was like whoo-ah when you got there. So the first thing is picking a school where you will not only enjoy the academics, the social encounters,
Right.
the environment. The good fit means if you like city schools, then you need not go to a school that is 25 miles from the town.
Right, right.
The countries.
Exactly.
You know, a good fit is either a small school, a mid-range school, or a very large school, depending on the population of school, the diversity of school. What else is a good fit?
A good fit is where, as you alluded to, where the school is located. For a student who is from a warm weather climate, if they feel that they won't like winter, it's no need for them to look at schools in Maine or Montana or Minnesota.
Or upstate New York.
Or upstate New York, for that matter.
Right. So
Exactly.
there has to be, if you don't like wearing boots, don't go to the snow. You know, I remember in my college search years ago, you know, I was like, my quest was to get as far away as I could to where my parents had to call before they got there.
Right.
So I ended up in Milwaukee. Oh boy, I didn't understand that choice because it was snow like I've never seen it before.
Right.
It was unbelievable. But you want a good fit so that you can not only just do your studies, but you can join groups, you can join clubs, you can sororities, fraternities. There's so much to do in college.
Absolutely.
There's so many great things.
Absolutely.
What else is a good fit?
Well, you know, going back to feeling comfortable so that you and enjoying your college stay. It's certainly a school that has that offers opportunities to explore all of your interests.
Okay.
And as a young person in high school, you have to realize that your interests will likely grow between the time you start high school and the time you end.
Okay.
But when you're beginning to make the selections, you can make selections based on if they have the major that you're most interested in, or if you're a student who thinks you are interested or might be interested in studying abroad. Do they offer that opportunity?
Okay.
Is it a school that offers classes in things that you've shown an interest in?
Okay.
Or it may be a school that provides you the opportunity to have an adventure and try something that, which most schools are, have an adventure and try something that you've never thought of trying.
Right. So the idea of going to college is making sure it's a good fit. Is it the place you want it to be? Is it the environment you want it to be? Do they have your major? Do they have your minor? Can you combine the two? Is there something that you really, really enjoy? Because the truth of the matter is, you have to go. Now, your parents, they have a lot of say-so, especially if they're footing the bill. But the
Absolutely.
truth of the matter is, it's your life. And parents, I know that's very hard. Let me just share this with you. I'm not just talking. I sent 3 kids to college, 3. And it's their life. They have to choose the class. They have to choose the major. They have to choose the environment because they have to do it. It's not us doing it. So it's sometimes we can talk to them about it. We can encourage them about it. We can empower them, but it's their life, their major, their career.
That's right.
your bucks. And I know that doesn't sound kind of fair, but that's the way it goes. All right, so it's a good fit. What else? Anything else you can say about that?
Certainly, as you begin to focus in terms of the good fit, what I feel a student may be looking to do and should really consider doing is making sure, and when I said the word enjoy, making sure that they are comfortable enough in that environment, because for most students it's an environment that they're going to be in for 4 to 5 years,
right,
at least,
right,
these days.
Right.
Hopefully not much longer than that, but certainly 4 to 5 years, unless they feel a need to change. But if you make the right choice coming in, it's a place where they're going to be able to excel and thrive,
right,
in whatever their choice of major is.
Okay.
That they're going to feel comfortable and secure enough in that environment that they will not experience any of the issues that might throw them off,
okay,
of their mark.
Okay.
Which is to go through college and have success in their courses, in their classes. Of course, they'll encounter some obstacles and things that they need to overcome, but ultimately coming out on the other end with their college degree and with a positive experience.
Okay. All right. So the good fit. Now, in the process of doing the good fit, I think you should know yourself.
True.
I think that's very important. Young people, you need to know yourself. What do I mean by that? Knowing yourself. Are you an early riser or are you a night owl? You can't be in a room, share a room or a suite with people that are partying all night or up all night or doing all things, and you're trying to sleep. So you need to know yourself. Mm-hmm. It's okay for you to know yourself, meaning, what you like and what you don't like. Right. A lot of times we're afraid to find out what our young people like. Mm-hmm. Well, if they don't like going to school at 8 o'clock in the morning, there are evening classes that some campuses do accommodate mm-hmm. that student. So it's okay if you don't go to the 8 o'clock class.
Right.
True, and when you're setting your schedule, you need to know that, listen, I don't like early morning classes. Mm-hmm. I just can't function. So you have to know yourself. Know if you have allergies. You don't want to live in the country. You don't want to be in a school that's full of trees.
Right. Yeah.
You
know
might
what
want
to reconsider that.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to you want to know yourself. What else? Knowing yourself.
Knowing yourself is, I think basically is knowing, as you started to say, your likes and dislikes. Obviously, there are some times that you're going to have to take 8 a.m. lab, right. But if you function better in the afternoons, then you try to schedule later classes than earlier
Correct.
Classes. It may be that that your interests would guide you to a school that is in the city. Not only whether you have allergies or not, right. But your interests. If you're in theater, you may want to consider a school that's in an area that gives you opportunities to encounter theater more often than not.
Correct.
If you're an athlete, of course, you'll consider schools that give you the opportunity to pursue your athletics.
Right.
Whether it's at for our NCAA, whether it's at a Division I level, Division II,
or Division III, right.
Or even NAIA
right.
level.
Correct.
So those are some other options. In terms of knowing yourself, how strong are you as a student?
Correct.
Okay, and are you going to a school that that if you're an exceptionally strong student, are you going to a school that will challenge you,
right.
and give you opportunities to continue to challenge yourself at the highest levels.
Right.
If you're a student that needs to grow and to develop some more, are you looking at schools that provide not only the opportunity to challenge yourself, but the opportunity for support when you need that support?
Right.
And obviously most schools do, but smaller schools tend to give the student an opportunity to connect with the professor
Right.
more easily
Right.
than
The
larger
classroom-
schools.
right. The classroom
classroom dynamic is
right.
different.
And the sizes are different
Right,
as well.
right.
So it's important to know yourself. You know, I was talking to a couple of students getting ready to go to college, and you know, they like, I don't know what I want to do. You have to begin to go on this quest. You have to grapple with you. Like, what do you want to do? How are you going to make your living? Are you just going to work? Are you just going to have a job? Are you going to have a career?
Right.
Like, you know, what industry do you want to go into? Like, it's okay to ask these questions. And, you know, one of the professions that I really think they get a bad rap on, very few people I hear say this, that they had a great school counselor or a great guidance counselor.
Right.
Very few people. But truthfully, their job and their assistance is helping you make decisions on what's going on in your life. And that they're there to support you, to challenge you, not to tell you what to do, but to talk to you and inquire what your concerns are so that you can make the best decision. You have to be informed about where you're going. You have to be informed about what's going on the campus. Right. You have to know yourself. Do you like being 10 minutes away from home, or do you like being 10 hours away from home?
Right. Right.
You know,
and that's certainly an important part of
that's
knowing
important
yourself.
because you know what, you can't just jump on the bus and come home if you're going to school in London.
Right, right.
You know, so you have to make sure that you know yourself. You have to know a lot of things. You have to know if you want to have a meal plan or if you're going to cook. Do they have your diet, your diet choices, your dietary choices at the school? What else about knowing yourself?
In knowing yourself, certainly piggybacking on what you just said, are you a student who's looking to stay on campus,
right,
or to live off campus if you're going away to school? Are you a student who are you going to consider working while you're in school?
Right.
Because some students have to.
Right.
You know, some students have to work. Are you going to consider working a work-study job on campus, which most are? Are you going to consider working a job off campus?
Okay.
You know,
are you going to drive? You're not going to drive.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
what's the if you can't drive but you still want to live off campus, are you comfortable with the transportation options?
Right.
Another knowing yourself may be knowing how, and going back to your work ethic, knowing are you an 18 credit a semester student,
right,
or a 12 credit a semester student,
or a part-time student,
or a part-time student? You know,
and that's being real, because some people, some students want 18 credits and they do well, and some see 18 credits, and depending on if their work ethics is up to par, they'll do fine. If not, they'll be like, oh no, they'll be dropping the classes and withdrawing left and right.
Exactly.
You know, and also knowing how many semesters you actually get for federal funding is important. Right. So you have to know a lot. You have to know a lot of things.
And the information's out there, and I think probably one of the key things that young people can do as they begin to prepare is to develop good research skills.
Research skills.
Because it's going to help you in the classroom, but it's also going to help you find out the information you need to find out to help you to get to college.
And you know what? I think a lot of times students as well as parents They keep putting it off. Procrastination is not your friend in this process.
Not at all.
It's not your friend.
Not at all.
Because if you wait too late, you will get so discouraged. You really will. And you have to put the work in. And if you don't know how to do everything, there are people out here that you can reach out to support you. But I want to say this too. If you're not capable or able to do it, build an executive board of support. That's what I call it. The executive board of support are the people that you place around you that support you in a process, so that as you change and as you're going through the transition, you have someone to help you look up and help you decide what you're going to do. Stop being fearful. Don't run from this process. This is a great process, and it teaches you a lot about yourself. It will teach you about your communication skills. It will teach you about your parenting skills. It will teach you about how much control you are in and how least control you're in. It will teach you so much, and don't run away from the process. And the one thing I want to just step on, touch on right now is the process of finding money to go to school. Say that with me. Finding money to go to school. There are plenty of resources, but you cannot wait to the last minute to get them.
Yeah.
Knowing yourself is important. And you know what? A lot of times, if we put our portfolio together, so to speak, the colleges will be looking for you.
True.
You have the power. You have the say-so. They'll be looking for you. If you put yourself together from freshman to sophomore to junior year, you put that package together, you can look wonderful. Not only just on paper, but you can be wonderful. You can do the things you need to do. You need to find out if you want to do an internship. Internships are very valuable to the students nowadays.
Yeah.
Even in middle school, you could start internships. So what else do we need to know?
Going back to the statement you made when we started, for the ninth grader entering high school, you want to and you want, this is part of knowing yourself, you want to make the effort to do the very best you can right off the bat from in high school, because the thing is that as you start, you can always build on that.
Right.
And you can build on that and build on your successes in the classroom. And when you get to senior year, because of your successes throughout high school, it's going to put you in a better position to get into the school that you'd like to get into, or to get into some of the top schools. But it's also going to put you in a better position to get the money you need to go to college.
Exactly. And that's important, because you have to remember that once you start the process, you can go as far in the process as you want in reference to finding monies. Scholarship monies are out there. Scholarships are reoccurring scholarships. There's all kinds of things that we can actually talk about, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to take this process bit by bit, piece by piece. We just wanted to introduce some of the areas that we're going to talk about. We also want to talk about what are you looking for in a college. That goes along with knowing which college is for you and all that. But then we're talking about paying for college. Oh my goodness, and that is a huge deal, because a lot of times what I hear from students, I don't know if I'm going to have enough money to go to school.
Right, true.
You won't know till you start looking.
Yeah.
You have to turn over every nook and cranny. You have to get out there. You have to, you put everything else on Instagram. You can put that out there.
That's right.
There's so many things that we could talk about. We're going to be blogging about. We're going to be doing workshops on knowing what to do in the process, the ABCs of college planning, of what you need to know. What else? Is there anything that you think that we need to open up so that we can have a dialogue and discussion?
Well, certainly I think the basics will lead to many other areas. There are not areas that I can name off the top of my head right now, but certainly being prepared academically, and learning what you need to do to either be prepared financially, or if you're not as prepared as you want to be financially, where to find the resources, the financial resources that will help you get to and through college.
So let me just ask you: a student is struggling in high school. What can they do to build themselves to be college worthy?
Well, what they can certainly do is, again, knowing yourself, identify where they're having the issues. Identify where they're having the issues, and obviously your grades will be the key determiner in that. But then seek help, seek extra help. I know with my son, his early years in high school, and even now, every teacher, or certainly all of his teachers, express that they are there to help him and his fellow students have success in the classroom.
Right, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to say this, and I need for you to understand that although you may be a student with special services or special needs, you can go to college. Colleges have accommodations as well. You just have to know how to handle the process and how to go about getting what you need done. Colleges all over the map, New Jersey, New York, the tri-state area, there are all kinds of colleges for all kinds of students. Right. And it's really sad, Dale. I don't know about you, but I speak to students all the time. It is so sad to see the lack of motivation in students because they have no clue. Right. Don't get me wrong. Everybody, is looking for an easy way out. They, and yes, there are so many people that want to be hairstylists, and there's so many people that want to be barbers, and there's so many people that want to be medical technicians, and they want to go to the technology schools and all that. But the truth of the matter is that they're so inundated that you have so many commercials with getting it done in a year and getting it done in 6 months, and as opposed to really getting an education, and they're working on you can't afford it and all that. But the truth of the matter is there are finances out there. There are people to assist you in the process. Do not get discouraged. We are here to support you. We at Live More with Ray are so concerned about your future that we want you to know that we are here to support you. Give us a call. Whatever you need to do to reach out to us, Dale and I are here. We are committed to speaking to parents and encouraging parents and helping you find monies and do whatever needs to be done. We are concerned about you. So listen, if you're living on purpose, and I know you are, and I know this process can be discouraging. I know that you can really get so in it that inundated with the deadlines and the SATs and the ACTs and the SAT-1 and the AP classes and the AP testing and the credits and the CLEP courses and this and that. The truth of the matter is we're here to help you. We're here to support you. You are the reason that we're here. So reach out to us. Have a great day. Remember, live more, fear less.